Hello all, myself Soumya KS, working as an assistant professor in Department of Commerce, GFTC Paramsagara. In this video, we shall discuss about FDI in retailing and its impact. In the previous video, we discussed about EDI, barcoding and digital wallets and also uses of all these three technology driven applications. In Indian context, FDI, nothing but foreign direct investment. It means investment by non-resident entity or person resident outside India, including non-resident Indian or person of Indian origin in the capital of the Indian company under Schedule 1 of Foreign Exchange Management Regulations 2000. FDI is also allowed in retailing, but there are few norms. Let's see which are those norms for FDI in retailing. The FDI policy is framed by the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion DIPP and implemented by the RBI for automatic route where prior government approval is not required. Automatic route FDI ಗೆ prior government approval ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. Then for other areas where prior government approval is required, approval is granted by the Foreign Investment Promotion Board FIPB. See what are all the FDI policy for single brand products. FDI in single brand product retail trading is allowed at 100% in the following manner. That is through automatic route FDI up to 49% and through government route FDI beyond 49%. And conditions for single brand FDI are products to be sold should be single brand. ಒಂದೇ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋದು, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ FDI ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ರಿಟೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ FDI ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ. ಥ್ರೂ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 49% one can invest and more than 49% ಆದ್ರೆ ಥ್ರೂ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ರೂಟ್ one can invest. And single brand covers only products which are branded during manufacturing. Single brand ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಅದು ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. See FDI policy related to multi-brand retail trading. FDI in multi-brand retail trading is allowed up to 51% through government route as per DIPP policy. In case of single brand 100% is allowed, but in case of multi-brand retail trading only 51% is allowed, that too through government route. Conditions for FDI in multi-brand retail are: the FDI must be minimum of 100 million US dollar. Minimum ಇಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then at least 50% of the investment bought should be invested in back-end infrastructure within 3 years. ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 3 years ಒಳಗೆ 50% ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆ ರಿಟೇಲಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then at least 30% of the product purchased must be sourced from Indian MSME. ಆ ರಿಟೇಲ್ ಈಗ FDI ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ರಿಟೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 30% is from Indian MSME, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. Then government possesses the first right of procurement on agricultural produce. ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದರ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಿಟೇಲರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. See advantages of FDI in retail. First, growth in economy. If we get foreign investment, that helps for the growth and development of the economy. Then job opportunities will be created in India. By FDI, one can start their own retail, particularly that will be in organized retailing, then job opportunities will be created. Then benefits to farmers. Farmers will get market at their place only. Then benefits to consumers too. Through FDI, if organized retailers and in retail itself, if there are more players, then competition will increase. If there is a competition, then they will sell the products at competitive price. So customers can get good branded product at competitive price. Then lack of infrastructure. That is, in case if there is a lack of infrastructure, as they are investing for that, it will be a benefit to India. Then cheaper production facilities. Production can be at less cost with this FDI. Then availability of new technology. They will not just invest FDI in the form of cash only. They bring even machineries and all. That is technology. With this new technology, the cost will be reduced. Then long-term cash liquidity and conducive for the country's economic growth. With all this, it helps for economic growth of India. FDI opens up new avenues for franchising. FDI ಇಂದಾಗಿ franchising ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಹ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. See disadvantages of FDI in retail, particularly in India. First, impact on local markets. Our grocery stores, kirana stores, what we call, they suffer loss because of this FDI. Then limited employment generation. Of course, because of FDI, new and new organized retails or chain department stores may arise, may come. But the employment, because of new technology, adoption of new technology, the employment generation will also be limited one. And fear of lowering prices. Price lowering, competition, cutthroat competition may harm even the customer. Then negative impact on Indian economy. As these kirana stores will be closed or they suffer with loss, it has even negative impact on the Indian economy. And negative impact on Indian domestic market. If they go for purchasing from other countries too, means but in the way of importing or franchising, then it helps even Indian domestic market. It affects Indian domestic market. In summary, it can be said that FDI is the capital inflow from abroad that is invested in or to enhance the production capacity of the economy. Opening the retail industry to FDI has brought organized retail store, availability of quality products at a better and cheaper price, and new technology. The FDI policy is framed by DIPP and FIPB. For further reference, you can refer this textbook. Thank you.